I can tell you that I watched some of it. I was actually on a flight from Miami to Atlanta. I'm at the airport now, and because I got a case in Wichita to deal with tomorrow, and I can tell you that I didn't feel he was prepared very well for that parole hearing at all. I mean, he basically broke every rule that you can break, and when you're asked by the parole commissioners how you feel about this or what you should be doing or whatever, he went back into his, what I call his denial mode, and that's the worst thing you can do in a parole hearing. So I'm still not saying that they won't grant him parole, because I think the parole commission is so sick and tired of OJ and all this publicity that they might just do it. But I can tell you that if this were a normal parole hearing and a defendant gets up there and basically says, you know, what OJ said, which was, everybody else is a problem and not me. I didn't know about guns. I didn't know this. I didn't know this was going to happen. This was all, you know, just sort of like a misunderstanding. That, you know, that may be good in front of a jury at the trial time, but it's not the way you deal with a parole hearing.
In other words, he was trying to relitigate his own innocence in this case.
Exactly.
Do you believe his story about what happened that day in the Las Vegas hotel room?
Oh, I'm you know, having represented him and having argued this to the jury, what he's saying is correct. I mean, what he's saying is he was basically just being led around by Riccio and the other guys. He really didn't have any specific leadership and control over what was happening. It was Riccio was planning the whole thing so he could make a bunch of money off of. He wanted to videotape it first, and he couldn't figure out a way to videotape it, so he ended up audio taping it. I mean, this was all a big, you know, a big screwball thing, and you know, both of these guys, Beardsley and Bruce Romond, both of the victims in the case were friends with OJ. I mean, it was just a big, you know, it was a big crazy misunderstanding, but it didn't work out that way at trial.
So, Gabriel, it's interesting. We were talking to another criminal defense attorney earlier, and he said that, you know, there's a possibility that OJ could experience reverse celebrity bias. Then you're talking about, you know, in some cases having some celebrity bias, meaning in a favorable way. But actually, in this case, you're specifically saying that they just want to get rid of him, and that's perhaps why they would parole him. Is that, am I understanding that correctly?
Well, I'm just saying, look, there's a lot of things here. It's not just that. It's the fact that OJ, you know, it's true. He has done everything he had to do as a prisoner to do things the right way. He has not gotten any write-ups. He's done everything he's supposed, you know, basically everything the parole board would expect somebody who's seeking parole. He's done it. So there's those reasons. There's a lot of things that are in his favor. The fact that he has no prior convictions. The fact that you know, he has family support on the outside. The fact that they don't have any concerns that he won't be able to support himself. The fact that he paid restitution. Those things are all in his favor. You know, your question regarding whether OJ's, you know, whether they're going to release him because they're just sick and tired of him. My point with that is, I think there is a definite factor of that the parole board just wants to get this whole OJ thing over with.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.